Hi, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you guys are, and welcome to the first ever Questerra Share. It always seems impossible until it's done. So said Nelson Mandela. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome one and all on this platform that we are trying to build across free thinking and exchange of teaching, thoughts, and ideas, crossing borders and demographies, just like learning should be, free and accessible to one and all. This conference is scheduled to last around 30 minutes, and we really appreciate your time that you will be giving us. Of course, you'll get a lot to learn from various perspectives across the Indian subcontinent and Europe, not to mention some experience that also comes to us from Africa and Pakistan, which of course is part of the Indian subcontinent anyway. And I really appreciate your valuable feedback and critique wherever you're listening to this, whether this is Facebook, YouTube, or you're streaming us on a podcast, or whether you're watching a recorded version of this video, some other part of our, on time. So the first ever Questerra Share is now actually live, and it's almost hard to believe that something that we planned 2 weeks ago is almost live. And it's like watching a baby become 0 to 20 years in 2 weeks. So that's how proud we are at Questerra Share, and we are really, really grateful to our participants that come from different parts of the world today. So our first Questerra Share topic is architecture and urban planning. Before I introduce our awesome panelists, to enable collective thinking and more so independently getting the group together to think with their own individual instincts, we are fortunate to have a very diverse set of panelists today from India, Pakistan, Netherlands, and even Africa, as I mentioned a little earlier. They are students, they're young professionals, and even entrepreneurs, so that we can get a more holistic view of the past, the present, and the future of architecture and urban planning, ladies and gentlemen. Students today belong to two very, very esteemed institutions. One, of course, is the Erasmus School of Architecture based in Rotterdam, the Netherlands, for those of you who do not know where Rotterdam is. And their names would be Miss Shrishti Raizada, who at the blink of an eye gave us a yes when we told them about the concept. And she was like, as far as you're helping some people, you got me there. And with her, two amazing young women, Miss Sara Lobo, Miss Anum Shahid, who happens to be Pakistan. Yes, people watching in India, we have a Pakistani, and we are also proud that she brings her own diverse knowledge and culture onto this platform. Miss Sara Lobo is from Africa, and she will give her 2 cents about what she's doing and where she can take this. From India, we have from the RV School of Architecture. Of course, for those of you joining us from other parts of the world, RV School of Architecture is one of the top 10 schools of architecture in our country. These gentlemen have passed out, I think, a year or two from now. They have passed out, and all of them are very, very successfully placed in their individual endeavors, whether it's working as a freelance architect or pursuing their dreams as an entrepreneur or working for a corporate multinational. Then we have Mr. Akshay Mehta, who works for a company called Swamitwa, Mr. Sachet Ullal, who's a senior architect at CNT, and Mr. Akhil Hemant, who's a practicing architect himself. So I thank you all, our esteemed panelists, for joining us. They will be live here in exactly 2 minutes. I'm not going to eat too much of your time, ladies and gentlemen. I'll quickly give you a heads up as to what is going to go down in the next 30 minutes that we will be taking of yours today. The introduction, we'll start with that. The panelists will quickly introduce themselves, which will be about 2 to 3 minutes per team. We'll move on to the methods of teaching architecture and urban planning in their respective countries. That'll be around 5 minutes per team. Then there will be interesting remote topics that they might have from their personal opinion as a team that they have thought about and they wanted to speak about. They will talk about that for about 2 minutes. They will move on to sustainability, which we think if people like us do not add green and sustainability in our endeavors, we are not going to go too far. More importantly, our kids might not even go until where we've come. So we thought green and sustainability is a very, very important point, and we decided to add that on to our agenda. Of course, the future trends and opportunities, something my team is very, very excited about. Each team will give up about 5 minutes of their time and they'll talk about the future trends and opportunities that lay ahead. They'll move on to travel learning and the impact of travel on their respective chosen field of interest, which again is a very, very important point. And after that, we will move on to any cross-questioning. If anyone has any point to make or any more information to seek from any other panelists, they would raise their hand and ask a question, and the panelists would answer that question. And we will end with a summary of 1 minute each, where everyone tells what they felt about this whole platform, if they learned anything, or if they enjoyed this. That's pretty much what we are in for. It's a very very easygoing conference, and we just have one thing in mind: to spread more knowledge and cut out all the barriers. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, as things should be, ladies first, will first introduce themselves all the way from Rotterdam in the Netherlands. We welcome the three lovely ladies. Ladies, you're on live.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, Richard. My name is Ritu, and I am an architect by profession, and we all three are doing urban management and development. And what's unique about this course is that I felt urban planning is, when we talk about urban planning, it is mostly about planning, and when we think about urban management, it is a sort of, you are stepping back and seeing the management, seeing the whole urban perspective from a very management point of view, not only just planning. So management includes a whole lot of sphere. As a government sees, not only, you can say a urban manager is equal to a governor sitting in a city. So management, I thought that management is very important, and planning is a part of management and design. So in that case, this course is very unique. And now and that is my take. And now Anam can say why she chose this subject and what are her interests.
Yeah, hello everyone, and I'm Anam from Pakistan. By profession, I'm engineer, and I'm also a professional, and I've served my department from last 5 years, so having an experience of around more than 5 years. And after my engineering degree, I chose this course for the urban management and development, and with a specialization in environment, climate change, and sustainability. As Shrishti said, all of you, that's the best thing in this course, that is give you a combination of management as well as development with perspective of the sustainability. Means you are combining your all three fields or more than three fields here. That's the environment means really, because environment is all-rounding field. That's we call all-rounders for all the disciplines. We cannot go without leaving the environment in any subject. Either you are going for the architecture, for the civil, for the engineering, electrical one. It means everywhere you will have to consider the environment before proceeding the developments or the planning goals. So that's a very good and the very best thing which we are getting here by studying this field, that we are combining our practical knowledge, we are identifying our gaps, and that will be that's giving us a very good way to plan our future in a sustainable way. Yeah.
And now Sarah can speak about her interest and views, why she took this course, and yeah.
My name is Sarah Labo. I'm from Africa, specifically from Nigeria, and I'm also an architect. And I have been working for a little over 10 years now with a government institution. So I'm involved in my line of work. I'm involved a lot of architecture and planning. And I find that we always seem to apply our planning principles wrongly. So we keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again, because I do a lot of social mass housing in my work. So I thought that as an architect, and in my country, we say the architect is the head of the building team. So I thought that as an architect, I need to equip myself with a few skills and see if I can find out what these key elements are that help one plan for sustainability, so that I can take that back and see how we can apply it to see how we can plan our cities better.
Yeah. So Rishabh, now we would like to hear about other three participants.
Thank you so much, lovely ladies. Y'all bring so much diversity on, from India, Pakistan, Nigeria. Is that Lagos, right? Is that Lagos, Sarah?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Well done. We'll move on to the boys from India, all nice and charming, nice and smiling. We'll start with Akshay. Akshay, you're on.
Yeah. A very good day to everyone. I would like to thank, first of all, Rishabh for creating this platform where everyone can share their views in terms of architecture and in terms of urban planning and sustainability, which has become, I think, a core subject of architecture now. And so I've studied my bachelor's in architecture in the year 2015. And post that, I was working in River Architects in the United States. And after coming back to India, I was working with Mindspace Architects for a short period of time. And I believe in doing short-term courses. So I love doing short-term courses. I've done a short-term course in Dubai with A School of Architecture. And I look forward to do many more short-term courses, which helps in collaboration between different architects and meeting new people. That's what I believe in doing. And I would love to pass on to Mr. Sachit, who would love to introduce himself.
Hi everyone.
Sachit, you're on.
Hi everyone. I'm Sachit and I'm Art College as well. I graduated in the year 2013 and I joined CNT Architects immediately after my graduation. And after joining office, I got to work on many projects on a master planning level, and where sustainability was a very key factor. Based on how we would go on the projects. So to get a better understanding about the factor of sustainability and learning factors of sustainability, it is a really good platform to be with you all, to share your ideas. And thank you so much for giving this opportunity for me to be part of this team. Thank you. I'll pass on to Mr. Akhil Hemant now.
Thank you so much,
Sachit. Hey guys, hi, I'm Akhil here. I'm from Bangalore too, and I've studied in the same college as my two friends here. I passed out, I think, in 2016, and I've been working as an architect since then. But this year, I've applied for my master's in the US, and I will be attending the SCAD College, which is located in Savannah, the Savannah College of Art and Design. So I'm really interested in wanting to learn what urban design is, because I do have a few ideas as what we did in our college, but I would like to know what more is available in the education outside India, and I'm keen to understand what exactly urban design and management can be all about. So yeah, and Rishabh, thank you for this great opportunity for meeting new people, and I'm looking forward to this awesome conversation with the girls.
Thank you so much, Akhil. I just hope all these thank yous convert into little amounts of money also, so that I can become a millionaire by the amount of thank yous I'm going to get at the end of the day today.
That's the hope. That's always the hope. That's always the hope.
Having cracked that joke, this hasn't been about the money at all. This is all about making sure that everyone gets to know what's happening around the world. And on that note, we'll move on to the methods of teaching.